A couple of minutes past the hour, so I think we'll get started. So, hello everyone, a warm welcome and a big thank you to you all for being part of today's webinar. So we recognize the demands on your time and appreciate you dedicating the next 30 minutes or so to join us today. I'm Faisal. I'm joined by my colleague Toms, and we're both from the customer success team here at NC Squared. We're thrilled to guide you through today's session, which focuses on analytics, reporting, and our dashboard tools available within Distribution Engine. We'll show you how these tools can elevate your data insights, streamline your daily operations, and refine your decision-making processes. We'll show you what's available out of the box and how easy it is to customize the bundled reports, allowing you to tailor them to your individual needs. As we know, every business and Salesforce org is different. Just a bit of housekeeping first. This is a one-way webinar, so we're the only ones on camera and audio, including any recording. If you'd like to ask a question, please feel free to do so using the chat or question panel, and we will get back to you offline with the answers as soon as we can. So on to today's agenda. So I'll kick off with an overview of the business needs and how DE with its various analytics and reporting options can help. Toms will then take you through each of these in more detail, and we'll finish off with a summary and a wrap-up. So, do you struggle to make sense of all the data captured in your Salesforce org? Distribution Engine's out-of-the-box analytics, reporting, and dashboards are some of the most useful features to make sense of the vast amount of information that's available, and we'll dig deeper into how you can access and easily digest this in DE. Now, to make this relatable to your day-to-day operations, we'll introduce 3 personas and discuss how DE can help with their challenges and asks. So, a sales rep or agent, a sales team manager, and a Distribution Engine administrator. Now, in today's fast-paced environments, managing a sales rep or support agent's daily workload is critical. What's required is a tool that empowers your team members to take control of their assignments, prioritize tasks, adjust availability, and optimize work capacity. A sales team manager, on the other hand, would be looking to garner more insights into the team's productivity and performance, monitor fairness of distributions, check on KPIs such as time to action or conversion percentages, and also keep tabs on missed SLAs. Your DE administrator will take a closer look at things from an admin perspective, so overseeing the health of distributions, preparing reports for business analysis such as distribution volume checks, and validating trends related to routing and outcomes. So this data-driven approach empowers DE admins to make informed decisions by incorporating insights back into their DE configuration. So let's take a look at each of these in turn. So let's start with our first persona, the sales rep or agent, and how on a day-to-day basis they can benefit by using our DE widget. I'll now hand you over to Toms, who will take you through what's available. Toms.
Thank you, Faisal, and hi, everyone. So today, let's look at a great DE feature that will make your rep's days easier, the widget. So the widget allows your end user, your rep, or your agent in a service use case to have one dedicated place where they can see their assigned work and identify the highest priority work that they need to action next. From there, they can manage their availability and request more work if needed. And today, we'll look at it from the rep's perspective or the agent's perspective. But to add the widget to your Salesforce org, it's a one-off task for your Salesforce admin. So let's have a closer look. So here we are looking at Salesforce from a sales rep perspective. We're looking at the sales homepage at the moment. In my scenario, I've added the DE widget to this homepage here. You can also have the option to add it to the utility bar of an app, like you can see here. It's the same widget, just an additional option on where to place it. Check out our knowledge base for detailed instructions on how to add the widget. It's super easy. Let's take a closer look at the widget itself. Let's start with the availability toggle. This is an optional feature that allows the user, the rep, to toggle themselves offline to pause assignments. For example, if the rep's gone into a longer meeting or stepping away from their desk, they can toggle themselves to be offline. So if a hot lead comes in while they're away, it's not sitting with a rep who's not able to action the work at the moment. You can either allow to toggle off for any reason or provide a list of toggle off reasons. Once they're back, they can toggle themselves online and resume assignments. Next, they can see a list of records that are assigned to them. This is a quick way for the rep to know which lead needs their attention to next. If a lead is unviewed, it has a red dot next to it here, and opposite, a counter showing how much time is left until the SLA for this record runs out. You can see here that I only have a few minutes left to work on this hot lead until it is then assigned to somebody else, so I better look at that first. Your reps can choose how they'd like the records assigned to them be ordered here. They could choose to have the latest ones assigned first, the oldest ones assigned first, or based on the SLA timer remaining. And finally, a pull distributor, another optional feature where reps can request additional work. Perhaps they have actioned all the leads that were assigned to them so far, and they're looking for more work. They can use the pull button to request another lead from the dedicated source. The DE widget is a great feature to make available to your end users. This way, they're aware in real time when a record is assigned to them, and they can prioritize their own work accordingly.
Thank you, Thomas, for that great overview of our DE widget. Let's now move on to our second persona, the sales team manager, and how they can benefit from our inbuilt analytics, our comprehensive distribution logs, and what's achievable with our fully customizable reporting options. So back to you, Thomas.
Thank you, Faisal. So let's have a look at what data we have available in DE for team managers to help monitor their team's performance and KPIs. With the help of custom permissions, team managers can access the Analytics tab in Distribution Engine. The Analytics tab hosts a suite of built-in charts. With these, as a team manager, you can report on distribution volumes by user, team, or distributor over a time period. Let's have a closer look at this. Here, you have access to a number of filters. First, you can select which team you want to report on. Next, choose if you want to view distributions over time, distribution's hourly trend, or report on user activity. Next, you can select the time period you'd like to see. There are a few predefined options here, such as today, last 7 days, and so on, but you also have the ability to add a custom time duration. Next, choose if you want to view the data group by team member or by distributor. You can also report on individual distributors or team members with these filters here. This is a great feature for a team manager to use to stay on top of your team's KPIs. Another useful tool is the distribution log. You will find these under the Distribution Logs tab. Here you can see every distribution logged with lots of useful information, such as the timestamp of the assignment, name of the record, which team, distributor, method was used to sign it, and more. Clicking in the row will open a sign panel with even more information. A great aspect of DE logs is that you can use Salesforce reporting and build your own custom reports and dashboards in Salesforce. This allows you to build reports that fit your specific business needs. Let's have a look at an example. To get started, create a new report using the distribution logs with lead report type. If you want to report on other records that you distribute with Distribution Engine, select the relevant report type instead. Let's have a look at an example report I created earlier. Because of the report type selected, you can access fields from the distribution log and the lead itself. This allows you to build reports that combine DE assignment data and other data in your org. The columns I've chosen here are the team, team member, time to action. This is a DE feature that lets you measure how long it takes for your team member to act on leads. For example, how long Did it take them from assignment to reaching out to the lead? I've chosen average as the calculation in this column. And finally, the total number of assignments. I've grouped this report by team and team member, allowing me to review each team member individually. I've also removed the detail rows and subtotals. Let's have a look at another example report that combines data from the lead and the distribution log. Here, I've included the detail rows and subtotals as well. This is a great way for a team manager to have a closer look at how individuals in their team are performing. In this example, I've chosen to look at just one team, showing individual distributions for each team member. I've chosen to see the first name, industry, number of employees, and rating from the lead record. I've also included the time to action field from the distribution log. I also have added a column that shows if the assignment ended up being reassigned due to a missed SLA. And finally, I have a column showing if the lead was converted. Because I have left the subtotals on, we can see totals for each team member. For example, here we see that today it took Alaya on average 37 minutes to reach out to lead, while the overall total up here is averaging 31 minutes across the team. We have included a couple of example reports in the package to help you get started. Just search for the Distribution Engine Reports folder. To recap, we've looked at a number of analytics features that are available to team members, the built-in DE analytics charts, the distribution logs, and a couple of examples of Salesforce reporting that is built using the DE logs. These are great features for managers to use to monitor their team KPIs, fairness, and workloads.
Thanks again, Toms, for that great overview of our analytics, logs, and reporting. Just to add, what you would see in the logs and analytics depends on your permissions within DE and your role within the organization. So to finish off, let's take a look at the needs of our third persona, the DE administrator, and what's available within the app that can help from a monitoring, trends and KPI, and fairness and admin perspective. So I'll hand you over to Toms for one final time to take you through some of the functionality available here. So back to you, Toms.
Thank you. The individuals that manage DE day-to-day in your organization are interested in knowing if DE is running as expected, is work progressing through as expected, and they're also often tasked with presenting data and KPIs back to the wider business. So let's take a look at what tools we have to help DE admins. As a DE admin, you have a dedicated place to monitor distributions, sources, team member availability, and more. This place is the distribution console. The application monitoring page is like your mission control dashboard. It shows useful high-level information and metrics such as is distribution engine running and if it has encountered any errors. Those will be shown here as well. It also shows the status of the health checker. The health checker is responsible for recovering other components of DE in the event of an error. It also shows you the status of the classifier and object sync features. You can also see which version of DE you're on and your license usage stats. This link here will bring you to the licensed users list. From here, you can manage your users and request more licenses if needed. DE admin and system managers have access to these next console pages. The next page is today's distributions. Here, you can find answers to questions such as how many records are distributed through your different teams, how many reassignments, missed SLAs, and errors have been there today, and who's available to receive work in each of your teams. And from here, you can jump straight to the logs by clicking any of these metrics. The sources console helps you answer how many records are available in each of the different sources, how many of the records are able to be distributed by the shown distributor. You can use this page to access and monitor your record pipeline. If any of your sources are not being exhausted as you expect, you can launch the assignment simulator from here to help you troubleshoot. The availability calendar page gives a month-by-month overview of the availability of your teams, so you can see who is working and when, and if there are any gaps in your schedule. Do you need to look for additional cover for some days, and if there are any upcoming holidays you need to plan capacity for. Here you can easily switch between your teams.
Additionally, just like team managers, DE admins can make use of the reporting on DE logs capability. For example, as an admin, you could create a report similar that we saw for team managers, but instead, you could look at the numbers across all teams, not just one specific team. This will give you an overall look at the business to identify trends and allow you to make data-driven decisions. Then you can use these reports to create dashboards to present data to stakeholders and the wider business. In my example here, we can see overall distribution volumes, assignments, average time to action, reassignments, and lead conversions. This could be across the whole business, by team, or by an individual. To recap, we looked at the distribution console pages. Think of these as your mission control for your distribution engine. We also looked at an example report and a dashboard that admins can use to present overall KPIs.
Thank you, Toms, for doing a great job of running through those features. So let's recap what we've learned today. So we explored how Distribution Engine enhances data insights. We showed you our widget and how this can help sales reps or service agents to prioritize tasks, manage their workload, and set their availability. We then showed you the out-of-the-box analytics available within the app and how your sales team managers can easily filter these for their reporting needs, access our distribution logs to keep track of assignments, and use our metrics to build their own customized reports. We finished off by showing you how DE admins can take a closer look at things from an administrative perspective with access to our console page to track distributions and sources, using reports and dashboards for monitoring trends and KPIs, and also providing the ability to make data-driven decisions, allowing for easier incorporation of insights back into DE configuration. So all that remains is for me to say a big thank you to you all for joining us today and for being our customers. We appreciate your time and look forward to helping you unlock the full potential of all the features we've shown you today. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about how NC Squared can help with your requirements, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@nc-squared.com. From Toms and I, we hope you have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.
Thank you, everyone.